Good morning. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and this is the daily eCom planning session. So today's topic is becoming a full-time Shopify seller. What is it going to take to become a full-time seller? So, with that, my name is Nicole Whitlock, and my passion is helping people on their e commerce journey, helping them to get organized, get focused, get consistent in their e commerce business. If that's you, I'm here for you. You'll be given the opportunity to schedule a free 20-minute coaching session. Let's talk about your business. Let's put together a game plan. It's the last day of January. So, let's make sure you got a 2023 plan that you've got in place to be able to rock and roll. Becoming a full time Shopify seller is a little more involved than it is to be a full time seller on Amazon or eBay or Walmart or Etsy. And the reason is because those platforms, people know. People know what Amazon's platform is and what they can buy there. They know what Walmart is and what they can buy there. They also know the other platforms, Etsy, eBay, many of the other mobile apps, they know what they can buy there. With Shopify, your domain does not say shopify.com. It's your own domain. So you have to drive your own traffic. So that's one of the things. It's really just a website builder. It's a website builder where you can sell physical products. You can also sell services. And that is really what it is. So everything around driving traffic and awareness comes from the work you invest. So you have to be prepared for that from the jump. You have to know that. So the assumption is that you at least know what Shopify is, and maybe that you've at least created a store. If not, you got to go set that up first. But the second thing is, as you're thinking about making this your full-time gig, here's some other things you have to think about or you have to put into place. One, you do have to learn what the platform offers. There's so many different Shopify apps and features and functionality, and it gives you the opportunity to customize the customer experience and also customize your store to some extent based on the templates. So you want to know what templates are available to you, or themes, sorry. You want to know what themes are available to you. You also want to know, what features and functionality you have available that's free and which ones are paid. So you need to be aware of that up front. You also need to know what's prohibited on Shopify. You don't want to get yourself in trouble if you're making this your full-time gig. So definitely go learn what's prohibited with that, so that way you don't have any problems. Um, other things you want to know, with any other guidelines that you may have to follow, the reports, what's involved in creating a listing. So that, Shopify, again, is a website builder. This would apply if you were creating a Wix store or Weebly store, if you were doing a WooCommerce, you were doing BigCommerce, like whatever website builder store that you're creating, you're still going to have to figure out a lot of things because no one knows your domain, no one knows your brand. And so you're starting from scratch. The next is you're going to have to obtain some level of capital investment. And the reason is because, unlike with Amazon or eBay, like you can get started as an Amazon seller for $50, and you can get started with Walmart and eBay and Etsy for $50. And yes, you can create a Shopify store for free for the first 2 weeks, and then you got to pay, but you still have to drive traffic. You're gonna have some money to invest in inventory. And if you're doing print on demand, then that's one of the easiest ways to get started on Shopify. So then that way you don't have to spend any money out of pocket upfront, significant money out of pocket. But if you got to acquire some inventory, you're going to have to be prepared for that. If you're going to do drop shipping, again, another way to get started, but you're still going to have some cash flow in order to do drop shipping. So again, you need to have some money before you start. Unlike some of the other platforms where, again, brand awareness already exists for Amazon, so people know what they can buy there. You're going to have to invest a little bit of capital, a little bit of money into driving traffic. The next, you're going to need to create a marketing plan and strategy. This is paid marketing, paid traffic, campaigns, email marketing, video marketing, social media marketing, creating partnerships, doing promotions, all the things you need to do to drive traffic. Because again, none of that exists initially. So, if you've already got some capital to invest, that's fantastic. If you are at a place where, you've got a marketing plan put together, or maybe now that I've kind of mention these, something to think about, but you do have to be prepared. What's going to be your paid marketing plan, and what's going to be your campaign plan, and what's going to be your email plan? Like, what's your strategy going to be to get as much traffic to your domain, your URL as possible? Some of it, you can do some of it for free because social media allows you to promote your stuff. So you just have to go viral so people will know who you are and what you are, or you're going to have to stay the course and be consistent and just get better at your craft over time. But the point is, you got to drive some traffic. And there's many different ways in which you can do that. And a lot of it for most sellers is paid. The next is you need to build and establish your brand. That's, figuring out everything that's associated with your brand, your color, your logo, your look and feel of your site, your products that you ship to your customer, whatever it is that you're going to sell. You're going to figure out all of that. And so build out your brand, build and establish your brand so that you have at least an awareness, because that's ultimately, at the end of the day, you're working to build a brand on the platform. Okay. Next, you want to master the art of marketing, market research, and product research. The reason is because you got to figure out what your niche is, what your specialty is going to be. So you got to master the art of that market research, product research, just research in general. You've got to figure out, who is this product for? What problem does it solve for them? What what are the things that I need to say and do to get the avatar for this product to be able to come out of their pocket and do that impulse buy. So again, you need to figure out which products to sell and maybe which products to bundle together, and how to present those products in front of your customer. Okay. So identify your niche or your niches that you're going to go into and figure out what that's going to look like for you as you become full-time. And again, we're assuming that you've created a store. Maybe you've already bought the domain. Now you got to figure out how to drive traffic. Now, there are some things prior to that. If you haven't built your store and you haven't done your domain, there's a whole nother step of things to do prior to that. But if you've already gotten to that place and you want to make this your full-time gig, then you're at this place where you're going to have to buckle down on your niche and, do some really good product research so you know how to present this product or the solution to your avatar. Next, you do need to find some really good suppliers, reliable, reputable suppliers that will help guarantee that your product will get to your customer in a timely manner and intact. You want to find some quality products, okay? So you need good suppliers and quality products. I didn't write the words quality products, but I should have. So because you don't want to have to deal with a bunch of returns. You really don't. You don't want that to be your problem. Next, you need to know your numbers. On any platform, you really need to know your numbers. You need to know what your sales stats are, your income requirements, your income potential, your cash flow. So how do you figure out your income potential? Well, I've done a couple of different workshops, and you want to go out there and do, again, as you're doing that product research. When you do the product research, that's when you're going to determine what the income potential is for that product or products. So if you've never participated in any of the other workshops, you can definitely sign up under eCom Sellers Mastery or eCom Sellers Academy, so you can learn how to do effective product research and figure out what the income potential is for a specific product. That's no guarantee that that's what it'll be for you, because you still have more work to do. But it is an opportunity to see what is potentially possible based on the fact that if you put this product in front of the right audience, have the right marketing, you could get the sales that you're looking for over time. So know your numbers, learn your numbers, get better at your numbers, monitor your numbers, stay on top of your numbers. Next is you need to learn how to create a good and optimized listing. So the key to that, and also, so that you can drive organic traffic. So, good listings comprise of course, images, really good images, titles, description. Those are keys. And then the fact that in the description, it solves a problem or it presents itself in front of the right audience. So the words and the way it's phrased and all of that. So all of that matters when it comes to this. And again, there's some extra steps before this, because your domain matters, your branding matters, and figuring out what your domain should be. We've got a whole Shopify workshop on that. Then next is you need to develop and implement a good customer service and fulfillment strategy. Look, you are the customer service. You are the person that has to make sure that the order gets fulfilled, whether you're doing drop shipping or print on demand, or whether you're selling physical products of your own. You still have to make sure that the orders get to the customer in a timely manner. So that's going to be extremely important. So you need to figure out what your customer service strategy is going to be. What are you going to do to make sure that your customers are happy with the product? What are you going to do to help drive reviews? What are you going to do to help increase brand awareness? What kind of offers are you going to drive to those customers who actually engage with your site? What are those things you're going to do? And again, that's part of knowing what's available to you on Shopify, what apps. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. Next, you need to establish routines. You need to build a schedule around running your store, running your business, a schedule around all of the activities that will help you to be successful as a seller. So you need to figure out, your man hours, how many hours you're going to invest in your business, because you are going to be doing just a little bit more. People know who Amazon is. They don't know who you are. They don't know your store. They don't know your brand. So you've got to find your audience, and then you've got to do everything you can to consistently maintain or stay engaged with that audience. So you need to build routines. You need to build a schedule so that you're staying on top of your business. And you need to be organized. You need to stay consistent. In some cases, you need to outsource if you've got the capital. There may be pieces of your business operations that you may be able to outsource to a piece of software, to a VA, or to a service. So there may be things you outsource, and there may be things you don't outsource, or you may not even do any outsourcing. You may run your store 100% yourself. And where possible, you need to always look for opportunities to improve efficiency, to streamline your operations so that things go as much as possible on autopilot. You can set up a Shopify store where it is significantly on autopilot, but you need to know all the upfront investment in time and resources that it's going to take to get to that place where you spend X number of hours in your Shopify store. Just know that there's work to be done. So I don't want you to think it'll be 100% on autopilot. You do have to monitor what's happening, but again, you need to have a game plan for all that. And then next, you need to embrace the administrative side of your business and pay attention to the data. What's happening with the traffic? Where's the traffic coming from? What's your traffic source? Figuring out who your avatar is. Where do you want to do paid traffic? Are you going to go do Google ads? What are you going to do? Where are you going to drive that traffic from so that people can find your product? So I hope this is helpful. I hope you use it to determine whether or not using Shopify to make it your full-time e-commerce gig is for you. Or if you want to stick with some of the other platforms first, get your feet wet, get consistent there before you venture off. Now, if you have a private label brand, creating your own Shopify store is great. You can also, increase your brand awareness on the platforms itself, on the other selling marketplaces. So figure out what your strategy and approach is going to be. Figuring out if you have the time and the bandwidth to do all the upfront work that's going to be required to make your Shopify work for you, and the ongoing work that's going to be required to sustain that momentum in your business. So again, I hope this is helpful for you. Feel free to go back and look at the other full-time seller series. We've gone through Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Shopify, Walmart. We've gone through all of those. And so, again, Shopify is one more, giving you the opportunity. If you want to make this your full-time gig in 2023, this is laying the foundation for the things that you need to do. All right. So share this out with a friend. Let somebody else know about the series. And then tune in for the next one in the series tomorrow.